We begin this game recap of Persona 5 Tactica at the end of the events of Persona 5 in Japan after the Phantom Thieves of Hearts, codenames Joker, Mona, Skull, Panther, Fox, Queen, Oracle, and Noir, defeated Yaldabaoth, the god of control manifested from humanity's distorted desires of sloth. They afterward lost their ability to enter the metaverse, an alternate reality world formed from society's collective unconscious, where they were able to summon their personas, entities which are the manifestations of their personalities, to combat shadows, the malevolent manifestations of people's inner thoughts. The group meets up at Café Leblanc, a coffee and curry shop which also serves as their headquarters, during preparation for some of their members' graduations from Shujin Academy, the school which most of their members attend. On TV, a news report announces that renowned politician and National Diet member Toshiro Kasakabe has gone missing, with no clues as to his whereabouts. Suddenly, a mysterious symbol appears in front of LeBlanc's door, and upon opening it, the party is transported to the Kingdoms, an alternate reality realm within the metaverse. The first kingdom the group arrives at is a medieval European-looking like world ruled by the tyrant Marie, who easily overwhelms almost all the Phantom Thieves by mind controlling them, forcing them to serve her. Just before Joker and Mona are about to be defeated, they're rescued by Irina, the leader of a group of freedom fighters known as the Rebel Corps, and decide to ally with her, vowing to help her stage a revolution and free the kingdoms from its authoritarian rule under the tyrannical military group known as the Legionnaires. LeBlanc mysteriously appears in the kingdoms as a safe space which the group continues to use as their headquarters. The Velvet Room, a location which exists between dream and reality, changes its form based on the current guest and serves to assist its guest with creating personas, appears in the kingdoms as a metalworks foundry. Instead of being greeted by the room's proprietor, Igor, Joker is instead met solely by Lavenza, Igor's assistant, who explains that an unknown, powerful being has changed the room's form and separated her from her master, forcing her to assist Joker alone. Raiding Marie's castle, the group discovers and rescues an imprisoned Toshiro, who's suffering from amnesia, before also proceeding to rescue the other thieves from Marie's clutches. Through fights with Marie's forces, Toshiro's past is revealed as the thieves learn that Tyrant Marie is a cognitive version of the real world's Marie Anto, Toshiro's domineering fiancé, who treats him like her puppet, in order to advance her own political standing in society. Toshiro eventually works up the courage to defy Marie, teaming up with the thieves to defeat her. Afterward, the thieves attempt to return home to the real world by going through another mysterious door within Marie's castle, but instead arrive in an Edo Bakumatsu period-like second kingdom ruled by Lord Yoshiki, who operates under the pretense of being a calm and benevolent leader. The group is assisted by a woman named Yuki, and as the fights with Yoshiki's forces progress, it's revealed that Lord Yoshiki is the cognitive version of Toshiro's stern father, Yoshiki Kasakabe, a corrupt politician who raised Toshiro strictly and abusively to become his political puppet, also arranging his marriage to Marie in exchange for her collaboration and access to her family's vast financial resources. This revelation, along with Marie's connection to Toshiro, causes the group to realize that the kingdom's world they've been transported to is based on Toshiro's cognition. In a final confrontation with Yoshiki, Yuki is revealed to be the cognitive version of Toshiro's deceased mother, who sacrifices herself to save Toshiro's life from Yoshiki's final attack after he's defeated. Again proceeding through another mysterious door, the thieves arrive in the third kingdom, modeled after Toshiro's former high school from his youth several years ago. As the thieves traverse the school in search of the keys to another potential door back to the real world, Toshiro's past with his former classmate, Eri Natsuhara, a fellow student council member, is revealed. After reports of abuse and blackmail by then Vice Principal Ichiro Nakabachi, the two rallied his victims to expose his crimes. However, the student rebellion resulted in Nakabachi becoming the target of an overwhelming lynch mob of students, some of whom falsely joined the crowd, having never even suffered at his hands. This resulted in a crazed Nakabachi stalking both Toshiro and Eri to a train station, where he pushed Eri from the platform onto the tracks as the train was arriving. Eri survived, however, she was very badly injured and lost her former will to fight against injustice, with Toshiro's right hand also injured from attempting to save her. The similarity between Eri and Irena is pointed out by the group, but the truth of Irena's existence within the world still remains a mystery. From Toshiro's recollections, the thieves deduce that the kingdom's ruler is a cognitive version of Nakabachi. However, this is disproved upon encountering and defeating him, as the mysterious ruler is still present within the world and proceeds to kidnap Irena. While attempting to rescue Irena, the group discovers that the kingdom's true ruler is Shadow Toshiro, the cognitive version of Toshiro, who's consumed by guilt and resentment towards Eri for causing Toshiro such trauma and dismay, and so aims to destroy Irena, revealed to be the cognitive version of Eri. Shadow Toshiro restrains the thieves and is on the verge of killing Irena, plunging Toshiro into a state of despair when the weakened Irena asks Toshiro to remember what Eri said to him while recovering in the hospital. Toshiro then recalls that an injured Eri told him that the student victims had thanked them for leading the rebellion and exposing the truth, and Eri never regretted her past actions despite the results, instead encouraging Toshiro to continue fighting until she could regain her will to fight and catch up to fight alongside him again. Irena encourages Toshiro to fight, and with his reaffirmed resolve, he attacks Shadow Toshiro, freeing and saving Irena just before she falls to her death and resuming the flow of time within the kingdom, which had been frozen at 6 p.m., the moment when Eri was pushed onto the tracks. Afterward, Irena finally remembers that she's also Toshiro's persona, Ernesto, the manifestation of his rebellious spirit, and with her encouragement, Toshiro awakens to his abilities, ripping his mask off and calling out her persona name, causing her to transform and free the thieves. Together, the now reunited group battles and defeats Shadow Toshiro, who then transforms into a gigantic Shadow Eri as a last resort, but is again defeated by the group. Upon Shadow Toshiro's demise, the mastermind and creator of the kingdoms descends from the sky and reveals itself, Selmael, the god of stagnation, who personifies the human desire for self-preservation and trapped Toshiro within the kingdoms due to his seemingly imminent election of Prime Minister of Japan, where it believes his reformist tendencies in such a powerful position would be a threat to the health of the general public. As such, Selmael modeled the kingdoms after Toshiro's biggest fears in order to repress his inner rebellious nature and break down his mind, forcefully bringing about an era of peace by eradicating him and his perceived threat to the status quo, which would bring about violent conflict. LeBlanc appeared as a safe space in the cognitive world of the kingdoms due to Toshiro's perception of it as a safe space in the real world as well, being a location he randomly happened upon one day which gave him respite and relaxation from his chaotic life, leading him to return on the rare occasions he was able to. Selmael offers to transport the thieves back to their home in the real world in exchange for their own rebellious natures, all their memories from the kingdoms and their personas. The thieves reject its offer, and with Lavenza's assistance piloting the Velvet Room, which is now transformed into a flying train, allowing the group to travel into the sky after Selmael, they battle and defeat it. Now able to finally return home on their own, the thieves are forced to part ways with Irena, as she is a portion of Toshiro's own heart, and is therefore unable to leave his cognitive world of the kingdoms, bidding them farewell as Reform disappears, reintegrated into Toshiro as they depart. Back in the real world, the group learns that Toshiro has upheld his newfound convictions by withdrawing his political candidacy for Prime Minister and exposing the crimes of both Marie and Yoshiki during a press conference originally intended to explain his mysterious absence. The thieves then receive a phone call from Toshiro, who expresses respect and gratitude for all they have done for him, thanks them for their alliance, and expresses his wish to meet up with them again someday. With the rebellion finally over, Toshiro vows to start his political journey anew with an emphasis on veteran society. After conversing with an elderly couple while out on the street campaigning, Toshiro is approached by Eri, now walking with the assistance of a cane, and it's revealed that she's been fighting alongside him in his new political mission from afar, photographing and posting moments from his campaign on social media, helping to restore his image by increasing his presence and approval with the members of society online. The two smile as they're reunited after many years apart, with Eri proclaiming that she's finally caught up to him, and Toshiro responding that he's been waiting for her.